Now, we talked about how to motivate our educators and content creators, but it's also important to focus on our students, right? And there are three main student motivators that I want to touch on. When I went from C's and D's to straight A's in high school, the first thing that I realized was the importance of education. As I said, I started to take those business classes. I enrolled in Future Business Leaders of America, and I saw what education could do for me, not only in career development, but also in personal development. So I realized the importance of education in that moment, and as content creators and educators, it is vital, right, to stress the importance of education to students. The second thing is the realization of skill, especially for our younger people. When young students realize the skill or the gift that they have, they'll not only achieve success academically, but they'll start to enjoy it. Once I found out that I was great in speaking, I loved going to school, especially when we had PowerPoint presentations. I would walk in on presentation day happy, and I would wait until I would be the last person to present, and I would shut it down, y'all. Like nobody wanted to speak after Jordan, right? And I found that thing that I love to do in the classroom. So as educators and content creators, we have to be driven to allow students to realize that untapped potential and that untapped skill that they have. And then again, accountability systems. Not only accountability between students, but also accountability between the teacher and the student. And there's always been this weird relationship between motivation and academics. We have this weird thing today where we'll invite a motivational speaker into our school to speak to our students for an hour, and then you fast forward a week and students have the same mindset that they had the week prior. We have a lot of motivational speakers that, they get our students excited about school for the moment. But what are the lasting processes that these students could use to be successful? The importance of storytelling is vital in motivating our students. A list of things that students need to do in order to be successful is important, but it's even more impactful when they could see a story of somebody that looks like them or has had a similar experience as them and how they use that process to be successful. By a show of hands, who is part of a book club in this room? Imagine the feeling that you get when you read a good book, right? You turn to the person next to you who's like, yo, this book is good. Like, this is going real well. And you're so excited to take the information that you learned from that story that you read and apply it immediately. It was like, wow, I just read a good book about personal development. Let me go out and use that. Right? And you want students to feel that same exact level of excitement and enrichment from the stories that we tell. Right, one of the number one fears in students today is test taking. Right, and we see this all the time. Students, they have test anxiety, and that is a real thing, right? And it's something that every student has to overcome at a certain point. Now, when I think about a test, I think about this guy right here, Russell Westbrook, right? And this is the mindset that I have when I go into an exam. Like, this is me, and this is the exam. I'm dunking all over the exam, yo.
Like with the Argentina bench during the changeover between the third and fourth.
Oh, Westbrook, look at this. He's got the ball cupped. Wow, that's a 6'2" guard. The technical, though, man, if you can do this, go ahead and get a T. I mean, look at this.
Russell Westbrook was a student at heart. He wanted to become a computer engineer. The NBA wasn't even something that he thought about. He used basketball as an outlet in order to get him into college and in order to pay for college. But he never dreamed of going to the NBA. He was a student at heart. But he says a lot in his interviews that he used the same process in attacking his academics to attack people like this on the basketball court. The level of preparation that it takes. The level of studying is comparable to the film sessions, the long film sessions that he would be in. The constant practice, the constant wear, tear, and rebuild on your body is the same constant wear, tear, and rebuild that you have to do with your mind when it comes to your academics. We have a lot of students who are passionate about a particular sport or about a particular club. And once you show them these stories like Russell Westbrook, who used a process in education and used it in their extracurriculars, students could use the reverse effect of that. Use that special talent that you have on the athletic field and use that same level of preparation that you do and use that for your academics. Now, there's three main things that I touched on that allowed me to become a better student. It is important to create activities and assignments that increase student self-awareness. The second thing was importance. Like I said, I realized the importance of school, and I realized the importance of education. I watched stories and I seen firsthand not only the personal transformation, but the career transformation that people would go through when they took their academics seriously. But I want you to explore ways in which you can increase accountability between students. This will make the students feel cared about and loved, but it will also create a system of accountability between the student and the teacher. My name is Jordan Davis. I thank you all for your time.